Hey everybody, happy Eid! Eid Mubarak! Little habanero made some decorations, and we got a little swag. She made me a really cool necklace. No, Gucci, Gucci. Just kidding. Hope yours is going good. How did fasting go? It was really interesting. The first days were a little bit like adjustment. Then, like the third or fourth, got a little bit of hunger pains, but I kept myself distracted, as in I listened to recitations of the Quran, listened to a lot of Mufti Menk lectures, and then I had to like cook and meal prep. And then slowly my metabolism started adjusting, which was good. And then a few times I made like things that could be eaten cold, so like potato salad, and then I just started eating protein bars and then going back to bed to, catch up because I'm kind of grumpy when I don't sleep. But I noticed that I'll do more meal prep next time. Like, I'll just make sandwiches and I'll put them in the fridge and I can just grab them, eat them, and, stuff like that. But I'm glad I did. I didn't even mess up one time. Like, there was a couple times where I would go robotically into the kitchen and I'd be like, oh, I'm going to make my tea. And then I'm like, oh, I can't have tea. So there was a couple moments where I was like, oh, that's strange. It's like learning a whole new habit. And, yeah, I try to control my temper a little bit. Kind of messed up on that because that's hard. Um, what else? It was very eventful, like I can see the value in it because it kind of makes you more humble, and the constant hunger that, like, 1 minute, like, you'll come in those hunger cravings, how they come in, your stomach gargles and then it goes away. Then later it comes back, it gurgles and stuff, and then you feel it and then it goes away. It's a good reminder. It really, because then it puts everybody on the same playing field. And then when I thought, like, oh, what if I can't do it? What if I can't do it? I just, you start having doubts. And I thought, there's like millions of people doing it all right now. If they can do it, I can do it. And then being in quarantine, when you can't go outside, and, and then fasting, that was like a lot of like pressure because I was like, oh, it's a little difficult to take sometimes. But I pushed through it and I did it, and I'm really proud. And I can see the value in it. There were some moments where I liked it, where I was like, oh, I feel like, and I would like lay down on the floor and I would like read a book or something, and that helps. And when I started getting a little anxious around 7 o'clock because I could break my fast at 8, I did play a little bit of video games just because it literally takes my mind out of like time. I don't really know how to explain it, where the time just goes like that. The next thing you know, you're done. So I was like, okay, that helped, because right around 7 o'clock to get not impatient, but I'd be like, oh, what am I gonna eat? And I didn't like that I would think about it too much. So I was like, I gotta do something to where I'm like absorbed, where I can't like let anything get in my view. And I noticed when I was praying, though, it would get a little bit more emotional, which I thought was really interesting. I would get like tinglies, like goosebumps a little bit more, which I was like, whoa, that one was really interesting. And I I liked the bringing down of energy, and then I realized how when we have full bellies, we tend to be more arrogant when we have full bellies. But when you're fasting, I noticed that I don't have the energy to argue as much. Maybe get a little bit more irritable, like let's say I hit my toe or something, I'd be like, ugh. But I'd try to work really hard on not swearing, which isn't easy because I used to swear a lot, mouth like a sailor. But I've been working on it, and I learned a lot from a lot of Mufti Mek's 2012 lectures about the prophets. He had a Ramadan series about the prophets, which was amazing. So I made sure I got my dosages of wisdom and contemplation, and it was very changing. I can say it had a very positive benefit, and I'll make sure I do it again next year. And then next year, I'll know how to do it even more perfect, because now I have experience with it. So today we're going to. I'm not sure if Little Habanero wants to pick the Puerto Rican joint or the burger joint. So we'll check it out, and we'll do that. And I'm listening to the live stream in Mecca the Eid al-Fitr. It's playing in the background right now. I don't know if you can hear it. But listening to that. But I'm very happy. I really am. It was very cool. It puts everyone on the same playing field. And the hunger reminder makes you feel like you are human and you can't get on your high horse too much. And I think that's very valuable for people. Put us all on the same playing field. We're all hungry. And it was really kind of even more emotional too, because going in the food bank line and having quarantine and fasting for Ramadan. I mean, that's like a triple whammy, but it was interesting. It was very humble. I don't know, I definitely brings your ego down where you're like, nah, nah, nah. Like, I don't know if it feels the same for you, because like there's people, like, let's say there's some pretty rich areas, maybe about 25 minutes out, and they're not, some of them are not fasting, they're just regular folks, right? And they're able to have food catered and they're in a big place. And it was interesting to have this contrast of like being down here and them being up there financially, and then like me doing something spiritual and them doing their own thing. It was like a big contrast of like, okay, I need to make sure I stay in reality. I can't let myself get too comfortable to the point where you forget like remembrance, of who you are. And to not let your ego conflate, right? To get over exaggerated and just think like, I am. I don't really know if that's making sense, but I'm pretty sure some of you will get what I'm trying to say. I just can't communicate every feeling yet because I still have to like kind of put it into words. But it was helpful. And I made a little card because I saw some of you said you give kids a little bit something for like a little money. I got her a $2 bill. I don't know if you've ever been in the US. People freak out over $2 bills. You can go in the bank and get them, but I made her a little card. And I put a little $2 bill in there. And then the charity is done. And then I did something extra is that I got my mom a bunch of food. And then I got her cats a bunch of food and cat litter. So that should be showing up to her home today or tomorrow. And then I did something a little special. I went on Etsy and I went to this Etsy shop called Islamic Wall Art. And it was really beautiful, and I bought a painting. He was having a sale for Ramadan. And it was the Surah Al-Fatiha. And it's very beautiful. And it should be here in a couple days. And I'm going to hang it on my wall. That would be my first Islamic art purchase. And it's going to be really beautiful. And it's a little bonus thing. So I was very happy to help my mom out and get that painting. So I hope you're having a good Ramadan ending. And I hope your Ramadan was good. And I hope you're having a good Eid and you have fun with your family. We're going to do our thing. And yeah, thanks, fam.